the dude who directed The Northman, um,
Oh yeah, that guy.
and
He's yeah,
Nosferatu.
Robert
Eggers,
Eggers. Robert
yeah,
Eggers. Yeah,
Robert
he's made
Eggers.
quite a name for himself.
That's for
Uh,
sure.
yeah,
But I think yeah, and I really liked The Northman. I didn't love
I haven't seen that
Nosferatu,
yet.
but I loved The
I
Northman. I
haven't
thought it
seen either
was
of those. I've only seen his
pretty
first, not
striking,
first two,
amazing.
but I saw The Witch and I saw The Lighthouse.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't
yeah,
like The Witch. I was kind of bored by it. But
yeah.
there were some memorable moments from it, but overall I didn't love it.
I
It
thought it
was
was
very
really well shot. Like it was really well
definitely well
shot. Like it
shot.
was a very like not mediocre story, but very kind of like plain story. But it
Yeah,
was it definitely was shot really well.
super tastefully.
Lighthouse,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
exactly. Like shot very
definitely.
tastefully. That's a good word, tasteful.
Yeah, you're right. It was shot super well and very tastefully, and I appreciate that. I like that, but
Yeah,
also at the end of the day, I'm you know what? I'm glad I saw it once. It's not a movie I need to see multiple times. We'll put
yeah,
it that
yeah.
way.
Same,
Yeah,
same. I would
it's
not.
yeah,
I would not go out and both those movies. I wouldn't buy or the DVD or try to watch again. I like the first time I saw them, I was like, yeah, this is interesting. It's unique. It's definitely made by a guy who has vision. Like he's not
totally.
like just trying to put out a movie. He has a vision for what he wants, and he's doing it really well.
Yeah,
So
and
like
he's
I
very
always appreciate
visual.
those kind of artists. Yeah, but
Yeah, and he's very visual. You can tell that
yes,
some of the images in his films are things that he specifically envisioned in his mind before making the film.
yeah.
And not all directors are like that. Michael Bay, I don't know. He might not be like that. um, let's just throw Michael Bay right under the bus.
Yeah, that's we love you,
Um,
Michael Bay. I'm
I love you.
seriously,
Well, I don't know if I
you know,
love him, but
I'm one of those guys who like there's a place for everybody. You know, sometimes
there is.
man, I
There
don't want
is.
to watch like Clockwork Orange. Sometimes I just want to
Totally.
put on the Transformers or The Rock.
Everybody was talking about Megan Fox when that came out, and I think I was kind of like, well, I like Kate Winslet though, so and I don't care about Megan Fox. I don't know. I don't know what I said, but I was hesitant to jump on the Megan Fox band. But now in hindsight, I'll totally fully she was really hot in that, and I remember saying that to a girl back then at the time,
Mhm.
who must have been even more hesitant to jump on a trend than myself at the time. But I said something like, "Yeah, I mean Megan Fox, she's definitely really pretty." I said something like that to some girl at the time, and the girl was like, "Well, I mean, she has a good body, but other than that, I don't know." Transformers was fun. It was a good movie, and so you're right. There's a place for every kind of movie, and I agree with you. But I also lost track of where we were going. But we were talking about Stanley Kubrick, and we were talking about people. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Robert Eggers. We were talking about,
Yes.
and because he too has said I heard him say in an interview that he had some short film. I think it was him who said this. He had some short film he had made early on in trying to become a director that he was ashamed of because he thinks it's really bad. And he like tried to bury it and keep the public from seeing it. And I don't really understand that because I'm like, dude, you've made some amazing, whether you like them or not, they are like amazing to look at and they're, amazing visuals.
Yeah.
You've made some amazing movies that the critics
Right.
kiss your ass for every day.
Yes. Yeah.
Why are you even the least bit insecure about some project you did in your early days of development that didn't turn out the way you wanted at the time? Like, why? Who cares? Hopefully, I don't have the wrong guy, but I know I heard a director talk about that, and I think it was Robert Eggers who said he had some film early on that he doesn't want people to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Mr.
it's
Robert
interesting.
Eggers, if you disagree, please give us a call. Let us know.
Yeah,
We'd love
give
to
us a
have you on the
call.
show to tell Matt that he's totally wrong. Um,
Yeah, I'm totally open to that. By the way,
yeah,
please do
yeah,
give me a call. Let me know I'm
yeah,
wrong. one eight
yeah,
hundred Burn Gotti,
yeah.
and just
Might be a great way to get celebrities on if we just talk crap about them. Just put stuff out there until
such a classy approach. I love that. So good.
until yeah. Well, we'll see. Probably before the celebrities call us, we'll probably get a call from their lawyer. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'll probably lose my house, probably my car.
The good thing is I have no house to lose, so I don't care. Can't take anything from me.
So, man, they're gonna take away your van down by the river.
What are you gonna
It's
take? My
not.
bicycle? I don't know. Guess what? I don't have a bicycle, bitch. Joke's on you. I don't have that either. What are you gonna do? Take my van? I don't have a van. Live down by the river in a van? Not me. No van. Gonna take the river? You can't dig it out of the riverbed. It's mine. It's
they'll
my
probably
river.
take away your mixing equipment or your mic.
Take away my
Well,
what? Oh yeah.
your mic.
Now
Yeah,
now
don't you
you're
dare
talking
touch that.
about
Don't
don't you
don't you
you
put
back
your
the
hands
fuck
on there.
you back off. Get your hands at least 3 feet away from that microphone, my friend,
Take your
or I
hands
will
off me,
grab a
you
scimitar.
damn dirty ape.
What? From
you
my
gotta,
cold dead hands. That's
you
you know
gotta
that
love.
quote.
Yeah. Oh no, where's that from?
So you just quoted Charlton Heston, right?
Yes. Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
there was Charlton Heston was big into guns and he was into the NRA. He was a big NRA like spokesman kind of thing.
Okay.
And there was this famous quote from him. I'm sure you could just watch it on YouTube or whatever, but he's like holding a rifle at some NRA rally or something.
Okay.
He holds it in the air proudly and then says, "I have just a few words for any man who would dare to infringe upon my freedom." And then he holds the rifle high in the air in his hand and he says, "From my cold dead hands." As as in, you'll never pry this from
Oh,
me. You will never pry this from my cold dead hands. So
you gotta
funny.
love it. You gotta love it. There are some actors who like they are different on screen than they are in real life. But then you have some actors who just they look like they play themselves, like or they at least
Totally.
they have a persona that they keep up in movies and in their personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
we still
Tough
love them
guys.
just as
Charlton
much.
Heston, Clint Eastwood too to some extent. Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Hey, you fat man, speak up.
What is that from? Dude,
That is from
what is that
Unforgiven,
from?
one of the best endings to a movie I've ever seen. Unforgiven. Yeah, it's but that's when he walks in and he's like, "Who's the fella who owns this shithole?"
Oh god, I wish I could say that in real life.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
guess I could,
exactly.
but
Like you wish you could say those kind of things. You wish you could
yes.
like have
Who's the
beef with
fella that
someone,
owns
walk
this
in and just
shithole?
ask that question.
Love to walk into a bar and right before I order my sarsaparilla, I lean across the bar table to the freaking cross-eyed barkeep, handlebar mustache, cross-eyed barkeep, and I say, "Who's the fella that owns this shithole?" And then he like looks at me like, how would he look? He would look at me like I would have to say it with a lot of commitment,
Yep.
but it's
Yes.
kind of an abrasive thing to say, even if it's supposed to
Yeah.
be a joke.
Yeah.
It's like, who's the fella that owns this shithole? That's the
Right.
kind. I mean, that's a mean thing to say, even if there.
Yeah.
It's difficult to separate that from the mean.
Right. Right.
That's so funny.
You
Yeah.
can't just say that to anybody. You would have to
No.
say it to somebody you have a good rapport with. You can't just say that to
Yeah.
anybody. You will
That's
probably
it. You're right.
get kicked out of that establishment.
Yeah, you're right. You have
Refused
to have a rapport with
service.
them.
Yeah.
You're right. If you have no rapport with someone and they don't know you from Adam, they've never seen you. You walk up in their bar and say, "Who's the fella that owns this shithole?" They're gonna kind of not know how to respond. They're
No.
gonna kind of be like, "Okay, I guess it's a joke.
Sir.
That's cool. Whatever." S- they'll probably nervously laugh and kind of be like, try to humor you to kind of calm you down or placate you. Try to and be
Yeah.
like, huh,
Well,
I
this
guess
day and
maybe that was a
age,
joke.
they'll probably hold up their phone and start recording, just so
Yeah,
they'll be like,
the
"Yeah, I'm
guy
gonna post this
the guy
online."
3 chairs down definitely is holding his phone up at that point,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
just like people do on airplanes. If there's some kind of altercation, you see all the
Yeah,
phones
yeah.
go up like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
poppies popping out of the ground.
Yeah.
Bloop
Really.
bloop 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 bloop.
Yeah, yeah.
Phones in the
This
air.
is gonna be great on my Instagram.
Yeah. Oh wow, something amazing might happen. get my phone. Usually
So
it
bad.
doesn't, but
Uh, uh,
be prepared. Record it
oh my
just in case.
goodness.
It's amazing. If it's not, you can just delete it. No loss.
Yeah,
Don't miss the
yeah,
moment.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, God forbid I should experience this moment. No, my phone needs to experience it. Then my followers need to experience it, and then I gotta deal with all the comments.
I've
Yeah.
never typed the code to my phone in faster than this moment when I
Why am
saw
I
a
eating
man
these
walk into a
airplane
bar and
peanuts?
say,
I
"Who's
can't
the fellow
unlock
that
my
owns this
phone.
shithole?" Boy, were my fingers flying to get that code into my phone. Get it up in the air, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a bar recently. It reminds me of I was in a bar recently with Zashi and in Burbank, and some I had my apparently my speaking of phones, my phone was the flashlight was on. So I had my phone and I forgot it was on, so my phone was in my rear my pants pocket, my back, my ass pants pocket, and it was blasting the flashlight out the back of my ass. Like it was you could see the flashlight through my pants,
Yeah.
apparently, and I didn't know. And some guy walked up to me, some guy who looked like he was a member of Mumford and Sons, and he and he
Some
he
guy who
just
looks
walked
like
up
he
to me. I'd
works
never
for.
seen this man before. Came up to me out of the blue, out of the black. Thanks, Neil Young. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Hey, your phone light's on, Grandpa." I actually thought it was really funny. I laughed like genuinely because it was funny and it was just really funny. It wasn't as mean as "Who's the fella that owns this shithole." It was way
Yeah.
nicer. And I thought it was funny,
He's.
but it was funny because my wife was like, you know, like he's perfect, like he knows it, man. And I was like, it's okay. I think she was just reacting like defensively for me.
Yeah. Right.
She's very protective of me. She will stand up to anybody and be very protective of me and like defensive of my feelings because she knows that I can be too sensitive sometimes and she doesn't know when that could happen. So she's probably learned to just apply a catch-all to that and just be, extra
Right.
cautious
Extra
about
protective.
yes, extra which is really
This
fucking
is
cool,
nice.
by the
Yeah.
way. It's really
Yeah. Of
awesome.
course.
You want a friend or a companion or a wife or a husband who has your back and makes you feel like they have your back.
Yeah. Of
You
course.
want that it it feels like because it's loyalty and it's, if you're at a dinner table full of people, you wanna know that if they're laughing at you, your fiance is not gonna join in and laugh with them. They're gonna they're gonna, they're gonna have
Yeah.
your feelings in mind and they're gonna be
Mhm.
cautious and respectful about that. It's cool. I like that quality.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
funny. It was funny when that guy called me grandpa and said my flashlight on my phone was on.
I was
I
gonna
had
say
no
some
idea. Yeah.
some gall he has to say that to you while dressing up as Mumford and Sons. Like
Now
those guys
that
do not
is
look like they live in the current era at all. Like
that would have been a
not at
good
all.
comeback. I should have said, "Thanks, Mumford." Although I don't think that's their what are their
No.
thanks, sons.
Was it
What are their
Marcus Mumford? Yeah, you should say thanks, Marcus Mum. I don't know what his
thanks,
name
Marcus
is.
Mumford. That's pretty funny. That's but
Yeah.
then again, it's not it yeah, it was unneeded because I actually did enjoy it. I thought it was funny and I think I don't think yeah, I think he was being nice. I mean, he
Yeah, he
said it
said
in
it
a
in a
very
nice way.
gruff tone and he
But that's
like he
part of
did
the act. You
but that's
dress
part
up
of the
as
act.
Mumford and
You're
Sons, you have
right.
to have a gruff tone,
You're
you know?
right. It's the delivery.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
funny unless the delivery. You're right. He was yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
against the Marcus Mumford who, you know, called me
Yeah.
grandpa.
No,
Nothing
no,
against.
he
He's
was,
good.
he needs to, he's probably all about wanting to save electricity because, lives at a time when, bulbs are precious, light bulbs are
Yeah,
precious.
he's in his mind. He's living in a time when you make your own candle wax.
Yeah. When your alarm clock is sticking a pin into a candle, and
Yeah.
so when the
Yeah.
candle burns past the needle falls onto your steel candle holder and wakes you up. That's your alarm clock. So
He's
you
weaving
you
his
have
own
to
quilts.
understand his concern. Yeah, he meant well.
Yeah,
He's like, hey, buddy, I know you probably used a lot of whale blubber running that light, so please turn it
right.
off. Yeah, yeah.
Right. And the way that you know that Mumford and Sons music isn't authentically made for the people that that style is imitating is that none of those people listen to that music. At least
Oh
it's
yeah.
more so it's a hipster's delight.
Oh yeah.
And the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
listening to Mumford and Sons are not
Making
Mama
that music
June
for
in the
yeah.
Appalachian Mountains.
No.
They're those people are listening to their neighbor play a washboard and fiddle every Saturday night. And having a hoedown
Yeah.
in Arkansas. And the people and they're listening to like Jimmy Driftwood. And the people who listen to Mumford and Sons are attending Harvard and MIT, and they're congregating every weekend in Harvard Square
Right.
to have a pint of the newest
Mead.
pale ale,
Yeah.
out of Portland.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, they need their craft beer. It's
Yeah.
needed. Yeah, much
They need
important.
it. It's like their blood
Yeah.
in their
Yeah, of course.
their
Yeah.
veins are filled with craft beer. Their heart is
Hey,
pumping craft beer.
yeah, if they ever go to the hospital, I need 10 cc's of IPA right now.
Dude, every now and then you say something that just catches me and makes me laugh so hard, and I love it. I do. I love that
Yeah,
about you.
it's ditto, ditto. It's like
Thanks,
we
man.
we surprise each other with
Oh,
the things that
totally.
see.
Like, dude,
Uh,
here's what I love about you is that we'll just be going along, and this is how it's always been between us. And I'll just be running my yap, and we're going along, and you're piping in now and then at respectful and appropriate moments, being tolerant of my long-winded bullshit. And then out of nowhere, you'll just pipe in with this little snippet. It's a Curran snippet,
a
and it's a
current snippet.
little quotable snippet, and it and it just pierces through my heart and comes out the other side, and I just laugh, and I let out a wail of laughter, and it's like I love that. I love that surprise, that element of surprise that your comedy has on me, at least. I just love
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, it
That
goes
is
both
all.
ways. I would not be able to drop these little current screw if it wasn't for the
Curranisms.
random places that the Matt train keeps going.
Oh my god.
How do you explain going from Joseph Fritz to this guy to Buffalo
Oh,
Suns in a
I,
span of what would we have, half an hour? Told
dude,
you
yeah.
guys, this train takes a lot of stops.
But
It
what I
is
was gonna
non-stop.
thank you for reminding me of that, and to jump back real quick, what I was gonna say to go a couple stops back on the Matt train. What I was gonna say is Varg Vikernes, the vocalist from Burzum in Norway. Varg, I saw this YouTube video. I kid you not. I saw a YouTube video pop up random because I watched a documentary about him when I was like 20. It was a really interesting documentary about how he, burned all these churches and murdered a dude and went to prison in Norway, right?
My God.
And there's this iconic shot, and anybody listening, you can watch it on YouTube. Just look up Varg Vikernes from Burzum. I don't know how it's fucking spelled. Don't ask me that. Burzum, Byrezjin. Nordic people, their spelling looks like their hands had a spasm on their keyboard. It doesn't look like anything. So whatever. Don't. Yeah, it's not a fair question. I don't know how it's spelled. You'll figure it out. I believe in you. And look up Burzum and Varg Vikernes. And there's a iconic YouTube clip of Varg. It's actually pretty. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really badass clip. It's cool. Okay, I will give it that. And he's in court.
Mhm.
All those videos of people in court? I see them all the time try to pop up. I don't like to watch them. I think they're usually depressing. But it'll be
Yeah.
this clip of a person who, killed 17 people or raped whatever, did horrible shit, and is, you know, you know, drowned their kids in a bathtub, whatever the fuck horrible shit they did. And they're in court. The judge delivers them the sentence. I must say that as a representative of the law who has been practicing for nary 20 years, I find your actions as well as your lack of empathy and your lack of genuine apology truly appalling, and it is the worst example of such a crime that I have ever witnessed in all my years in the trade.
Sound
And
like your
then the
brother.
judge is like, I sentence you to 90 years in San Quentin.
Right.
And the person bursts into tears or bursts into rage or attacks the guard next to them, even though they're handcuffed. The family members start cheering, family of the victim. Those videos, okay?
Okay.
And there's a video of Varg Vikernes, the murderer and church burner and black metal artist, in court. And in Norwegian, obviously there's subtitles in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Norwegian judge delivers the sentence that he's gonna get like 30 years in prison or something.
Okay.
Whatever the sentence was, it was lighter than probably what he would have gotten in America, especially because his attitude through the whole trial was a triumphant one, where he was like celebratory of his murder. If you do that shit in court in America, you're not going to get 30 years. You're going to get 90,000 years.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to you might get the electric chair or some shit. And by the way, I think it's either Oklahoma or Utah. Maybe it's Oklahoma. Did you know they shoot people for death sentence? The firing squad,
like
they
a
have
firing
death.
squad?
They
What the
have
hell?
death by firing squad in like Oklahoma or something.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They'll take if you're sentenced to death, it's not going to be old Sparky, the electric chair, and it's not going to be anything hanging. Hanging sounds horrible to me. That's the last death I don't want hang. I would rather the electric chair or something else.
Jeez.
And what they do, they take you, line you up, put you up with a blindfold on, just like you see in the movies, and they take like 8 shooters. I don't know 100% that they still do this, but I think they do in some cases. And I
What do they
know,
use?
yeah.
They use like a musket, or do they use like a actual, like a gun?
I don't think they use flintlock muskets, but that would be
Okay.
amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like those ones that you have to load and it takes like 4 minutes to
Put the
load it.
gunpowder, like shove it in.
A ramming rod.
Yeah.
And gunpowder and wadding, and then a lead slug. That would be
Yes.
insane. That would be amazing. But I don't. And they dress up in Civil War outfits to kill some serial killer. I don't think they do that. But either way, they do death by firing squad.
That's insane.
And they'll have like 8 shooters with rifles line up so that. And the reason they do that is so someone was explaining this to me. My wife, she was explaining this to me. She told me about this. And so funny, my wife was listening to our podcast and I didn't even know she ever listened to it, and she was like, "You talk about me a lot." The blood drained out of my face for just a quick millisecond, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, it's all good things." And she was like, "Yeah, it was fine. It was good. It was okay." And I was like, "Okay, good." But anyway, she was telling me, so they'll line up and they shoot with like 8 shooters so that the family of the person sentenced to death, or anybody who might seek retribution, they don't know who shot him because there were 8 shooters at once.
Right.
So they don't know which bullet killed him. It's something like that.
Okay.
Anyway. Insane. But to get back on track, what was I saying? Varg. So Varg in this YouTube video, Varg Vikernes, the Norwegian murderer and church burner and black metal artist. He's in court. Judge says, you're sentenced to blah, 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 30 years for the murder of blah, blah, blah. Varg, and you can watch this on YouTube, he turns to the camera. He looks so calm. He turns to the camera, looks right into the camera, stares right into your soul with his dark Norwegian eyes. his piercing Norwegian eyes, and he smiles the most evil, self-satisfied smile right after being sentenced to like life in prison or whatever. And then
Mm.
they just like lead him off. And so there's two interpretations for that. One, he's just happy because prison in Norway is like better than a 5-star hotel,
Yeah.
which I'm joking. I don't think that's why he's but he was just so proud of himself for being a murderer that he just like and he was so cold-blooded, he just like smiles into the camera. And it's kind of like an icon. It's a very memorable moment, and it's like it's crazy. It's pretty cool. I mean, well, okay, cool is one word. It is cool. It's also a lot of other things, but whatever it
Yeah.
is, it's interesting. And so I saw that when I was younger, right? And I was like, wow, that guy's crazy. And then, like a few years ago, and he's an old man now, okay? Varg, I see this YouTube video because I watch videos about guitar playing and stuff on YouTube, so it suggests them to me. I see a video pop up of that very guy, the murderer, Varg Vikernes. He It pops up on my YouTube feed, and he's giving a guitar tutorial, and he's really old and gray, and he's in like his living room, and it was just crazy how that story went full circle of seeing him sentenced to like decades
Yeah.
in prison or whatever and smiling at the camera like an evil psychopath. And then from that to he's in his living room, much older, me teaching a guitar tutorial for one of his songs that Burzum did. It was pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That
Yeah.
is quite a trip.
I want
Yeah.
to I want to
You'd be
read a
watching that
brief.
video and you'd be like, wow, this guy killed a guy.
I
You
know.
know?
I know. And his tone through of course I watched the guitar tutorial in
Yeah.
full. It was because I was amazed, and he's literally his tone is like happy go lucky. His tone was like you would never know this man killed someone, burned a bunch of churches, and did decades in prison. Like this, he was just sitting there with his guitar, and he was like, "And I will also tell you that I'm liking this riff. It's a very good riff. I think it is a good riff, and I like it. And I will show you that is an E and a G, for this is a C on the high note. I like it. I'm liking it." It's just talking like that. It's like, wow. Anyway.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. That's really funny. I'm looking at my list of things I wanted to talk about. The first thing on the list is sleeping pill. I checked that off.
I think we covered that. Yeah.
Yeah. Although who's ever listening to this, you would have heard it in the previous episode since we're splitting this long behemoth into 2 episodes. So you wouldn't have heard it in this episode, but I did talk about my sleeping pill experience in the previous episode.
That's right.
Um, the the second the second thing on my list, which I did not hit, was how has your week been?
Oh man.
Okay. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, we don't need, I guess, like to talk about the plain, like mundane stuff.
Talk about forced.
Yeah, that's boring. Forget that.
Hey,
Oh man. Yeah,
hey
I
man, how's
mean,
your week been?
yeah,
It is it's a
pretty okay.
it's a good question. It's just would have been a good question 2 hours ago, not right now, I guess.
Yeah,
Um
it's not when we just like yeah,
oh,
maybe when we first got
okay.
started.
All right.
Well,
All right. Oh, wow. Whew, there's another footnote there I wrote that says my problem with Christians. Oh boy. That sounds
yeah,
like a lengthy.
let's not.
I don't think
Yeah,
I have the energy.
no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. Yeah, get into that too
That's a
much.
can of worms.
Anyway, yeah,
Um
yeah, yeah. It can be,
yeah.
can be. I
Uh
mean, opening up that pile of worms. Yeah.
my brain's tired and I've been talking too long. Let's discuss religion. No thanks.
Yeah, these they should like a podcast is like a party where I guess unless it's specifically geared around those topics, there are some things you shouldn't talk about on a podcast, like as you
Yeah.
wouldn't talk about in a party, like you would talk about politics, religion. Yeah, I guess yeah, those are the two things.
Here's a note I wrote that says I think that if I had a son,
Hmm.
I would be excited to name him, because I would give him I would give him a black man's name. Uh, I think that would be really fun and
Just to like
cool.
mess, like he would be a white kid, but you'd give him a black
Yeah,
person's
yeah,
name.
presumably he would be a white kid, I guess, and I would
Okay,
name him unless I adopt him, and I would
right.
name him a name like Wendell or Grady or William and
Deshaun,
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 yeah, could be.
right?
I really like the black names that sound like they're from another century.
Yeah.
They sound like Nigel or things,
Yeah,
Grady.
right. Like a Wendell Grady for sure. Grady, I think
Love
the
that.
last time I heard Grady was from The Shining. He was a character in The
Oh,
Shining. He
oh
was
my
that,
God, that's right.
yeah, he was that guy who,
Was he the
yeah.
black man in The
No,
Shining?
no, no, no. He
No,
was
no,
the
no,
black
no.
man.
Okay.
He was the butler who corners Jack Nicholson
Oh,
in the
oh
bathroom,
God, yeah,
and
he
this,
was the
yeah,
opposite of the black guy. He
yeah,
was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
racist piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's pretty bad. Yeah, and
yeah.
yeah, you do not want to have a conversation with that guy in
No,
any restroom. If
no.
I walked into the restroom and saw that guy, I would probably walk out and be like, I'll hold it.
If
I'll
I was
walk
in a
out.
restroom and that guy and anybody started talking to me at the urinal, I would reject that conversation. I don't want to talk when I'm in the. I hate urinals. I hate men's rest. I hate all restrooms. I hate going to the bathroom. I hate restrooms. I hate the whole process.
Yeah.
Um, Peeing, pooping, all that shit. Hate it. I don't like the inconvenience of it. I also don't like. Okay, that's not. Let me back up just a second. When it's a restroom that is a single person restroom, it can be a peaceful experience to go to the bathroom. But when it's all right, so then let me rephrase what I said. I don't hate all restrooms. I don't. That's a lie. I hate all public restrooms and I hate the public restroom experience. It's awful. I don't like urinals. That's barbaric. When you line men up and they're at these ceramic troughs and you're I was in a restroom one time near a beach, and it was a packed, crowded men's restroom. It wasn't even separate urinals. You don't even get that much privacy. It was I mean, this is kind of gross, but the where men were supposed to pee. It was literally this. It was a trough. It was a
Oh,
it,
yeah.
have you seen this? It was a
I've been to a
long
bar
metal
where I saw
trough.
that, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like,
Yeah, it was a long metal trough, and when the pee hits the metal trough, it's like it was a metallic. It's awful.
yeah.
It was just barbaric, and you're lined up next to these other guys. And it's like, well,
Well, I
should
guess
we talk?
you gotta go.
Probably
You
not.
gotta go.
Want to talk about our wieners? Nah, just kidding. Nope. Guess we better not say anything. That's probably for the
Yeah,
best, huh?
yeah.
Um,
There is male restroom etiquette. There is. Yeah, like usually, if possible, one urinal gap between you and the person next to you, because yeah, you don't want to be right next to somebody when you're peeing. Yeah.
yeah, there is etiquette. You're right, and there are some men who violate that etiquette, but most men follow it. And there
Yes.
was one such man, a young man, when I was in first grade. This was actually hilarious. It was my actually some of the most awkward and strange and memorable urinal experiences I've ever had have been on like the first day of school because I think there's some people who try to break an awkward if they sense that there's an awkwardness or a fear, they try to shatter it by doing something outlandish. It's
Hmm.
their defense mechanism against it.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yes.
my first day in like this sounds stupid, but I don't remember if it was like first grade or if it was like fifth grade. I know that's like a big gap, but it was at that school I went to, McDonough in Maryland, and um anyway, it was the first day of school. I always hated the first day of school. Miserable, terrifying, want to throw up, horrible, always hated. Um Such an adjustment, you've been on summer vacation, just living the life.
Yeah.
And then it's back to school. My God, just just kill me, just shoot me. I don't want to go back to school. But anyway, so hated going back to school. My first day back, my first no, it was my okay, it was like my first day at like um in a whole new grade. And when
Right.
you rise up a grade, there was always for me at least this anxiety of like, whoa, I feel like I mastered first grade, but am I going to be able to handle second grade? What kind of shit is that gonna
You were
throw at
asking
me?
yourself these questions in first grade? Like, man,
Absolutely. You weren't?
you're way ahead of a lot of
Wait,
people.
did you not get anxiety about school?
Oh yeah, definitely got anxiety about school, but I
About what?
mean,
Like, what parts of school gave you anxiety?
uh, man, I'm trying to remember how I was in the first grade. To be fair, I don't even think I remember. I mean, I think I just didn't like the act of going to school. The outside world was. I mean,
Yeah.
this is. I feel like very like a generalized. A lot of kids will agree with this. Is like when you're a kid, you want the outside world is way more interesting than school. Um, because like at least at that age, but after you get older, you have friends and it's you look forward to going to see to school, to hang out with your friends and stuff. But yeah, in first grade, I was just like, man, I'd rather be outside playing than sitting here. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it was.
definitely
I didn't have
feel that.
anxiety about school. It just I didn't want to be there at all. Like nothing
Yeah.
about school interested me at that time.
Well, I totally feel that, and I agree. I additionally, like, on top of feeling that sentiment you just described, I definitely also struggled with the anxiety
Yeah,
of of a lot of things about school. Um, Anxiety that maybe I would be humiliated in front of a big class of kids because, um, I went to kindergarten, pre-first and first grade in normal school, and then my mom pulled me out and homeschooled me for several grades for several years, and then after that, I went back to normal school at this school called Fort Garrison, where I was there for
okay,
1 year in, like, 5th grade, and then after that, I went to 6th grade because that school only went up through 5th grade, and after that when I went back to school, it actually went pretty well because being homeschooled gave me an opportunity to regain a lot of self-esteem and self-confidence, and to I really learned that I'm a very much a self-taught, for the most part, kind of person. I learn on my in my own way, on my own. I mean, like I told you, I discovered, a couple years ago that I have ADHD, so learning in a way that works for most kids didn't necessarily work for me effectively in a classroom, and there was just a lot of times when I would space off and lose track of what the teacher was talking about, and then the teacher would be like, because sometimes teachers will be dicks and they'll test you to see if you were paying attention if they have a feeling you weren't, and they'll
yeah.
just call on you, cold call on you. I hate that shit.
I actually hate that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that part did take
yeah,
me
it's
off.
kind of sadistic. And the teacher would be like, you know, Matt, and I look up because I was kind of lost in a cloud for a minute, and I'm like, what were we talking about? And the teacher's like, you know, what is 16 multiplied by 23 or whatever? And I'm just like, 107. I try to like answer quickly,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of pressure, and I lose it, and I buckle under the pressure. I say the wrong thing because I'm in a rush. I want to please them. I want to do the right thing. I want to be a good boy. I blurt out something out of desperation, and inevitably it's wrong. And then the whole class would erupt in laughter. And
oh man.
did you ever have a class of kids laugh at you?
Uh, Probably. I mean,
Yeah. I think you would
yeah. I'm
remember if you had.
trying to think. I'm pretty sure like it did happen. I just can't right now. I can't think of like a moment where it happened. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's mildly, yeah, it makes me feel things when I think back on it. But then the whole crowd just, ha, 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 all these stupid little kid laughs, all these little neurotypical shits laughing at you all in chorus. And uh, and you're humiliated, and it's humiliation. It's a public humiliation, and yeah, I used to get shit like that a lot, and it's why I hated sports too, because if I when you're playing a team sport, if you have ADHD and you're
Hmm.
not interested in something, you can't pay
Yeah.
attention to it. So if you're playing a team sport, if you're really all about that sport and you're interested in it and engaged in it, even if you have ADHD, it's fine. You're going to pay attention. You're going to keep up because you're having fun. Your mind is stimulated. You're
Yeah.
pumping dopamine up there. You're paying attention. But if you're not interested innately in sports and you have ADHD and they make you play sports, my personal experience with that shit was that I don't know what the fuck's going on most of the time. So if you're not paying attention when you're playing a team sport to all the little rules, the rule book of all the rules that in the fourth inning of the third outing and the seventh, the ball rolls 70 yards. Oh, that's still within bounds. Blah, blah, blah. All the
Yeah.
stupid rules. Because I
Yeah.
don't care about sports, by the way, in case you
Yeah.
can't tell. And so I would be playing a sport, and it was always humiliating. It was just it was like that movie One Battle After Another. This was one humiliation after another in sports for me. Uh, and so I remember one time I was playing baseball because my mom would send me to sports camps. And this is not a knock on my mom. She was just, she was trying
Yeah.
to make me
Yeah.
learn about, being a team player and all that
Right.
stuff. And so but I mean, I'll be honest, I don't understand why like there are other kinds of camps and other kinds of classes and other ways that I could have learned about being a quote unquote team player that
Yeah.
were less traumatic. I don't completely understand why she chose to really push the sports thing. But then again, no parent is perfect. There's no, all the, and that's not excusing them for the mistakes they make with us, but you do have to also know that their intentions are usually good. Like
Yeah.
if they're a halfway decent person. And I know my mom's intentions were good. She wanted me to toughen up and learn about being a team player and blah blah blah. She had her reasons for sending me to soccer camp and baseball camp summer after summer. And it never stuck, it never sank in, and it never stuck. And I don't play sports today, and all of it was just an exercise in humiliation. But uh and childhood embarrassment,
Childhood
trauma.
trauma.
Yeah, childhood trauma. I'm sure it probably had a pretty big impact on molding me into who I am for better or worse. But
Yeah.
anyway, I was in baseball camp. Hated baseball camp, by the way. Hated it. And I dreaded it every day. And when I would go home and be by myself, being creative and playing with the ants in my backyard and imagining they were cities, and that the grass stalks are trees and they're in this tropical mountain climb with a colony of this otherworldly population of ants doing things and
Right.
having their civilization. And I would just go off in my head and imagine things and play in the woods and shoot my paintball gun, whatever I was doing, shoot my pellet gun, target practice with my pellet gun, whatever I was doing, my airsoft pellet gun. It was a Sheridan pellet gun. Practice with my pump action pellet gun. Whatever I was doing that was exciting for me, it wasn't baseball. And so when I go
Yeah.
home and I'm away from these mean little kids are mean, and I'm away from all those little shits, and I have the sanctity of my isolation, my sweet isolation and privacy. I was happy, but then when the hours would pass, and I mean, when you're a kid, an hour feels like a week. So going home from
Yeah.
camp every single time felt like this immense relief. Like, wow, I have hours ahead of me to play and enjoy my life. I'm free. But then inevitably, the very next day would bring the sledgehammer of reality that no, you have to go back to baseball camp. And then, like I used to the night before when I'd lay down to go to sleep, I would dread and just be thinking about all the things that were going to go wrong in baseball camp the next day, and how that one stupid kid was going to be mean to me again probably, and how the coach was going to just be his dickish oafish coach self and just hurl insults at me if I mess up, and I would
Yeah.
just drift off to sleep thinking about those awful things.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
go to baseball camp the next day, do it all again. And I remember one time in baseball camp, I was in the outfield. I liked being in the outfield because you could kind of not pay attention most of the time. But the
Right.
part that was rough was in those rare moments where you did need to be paying attention because there was a ball coming towards you, and you with your stupid little leather glove, you better catch that fucker and do the right stuff, or they're gonna ostracize you. They're gonna hate you. So I would be in the outfield, just daydreaming and just being like grateful that I'm an outfielder because I don't have to pay that much attention.
Right.
And then the moment comes along, the fly ball, and the ball comes, and you hear the excited clamor and shrill, high-pitched child yells of excitement. Matt, Matt, no, the ball, whatever. Because they all are paying attention. They know what's going. Ball's coming toward. Your team is yelling at you, hoping you'll do the right thing, hoping you won't let them down. And so you hear all this. You look up. The ball's coming at you. You didn't have time to prepare. You weren't paying attention. You
You're
put your
busy
glove.
looking at
You
someone.
throw that glove in the air. Put that glove up there. You hope it'll go right. The ball bounces off the edge of your glove or doesn't even come near it. You miss. You fumble it. And it's and then, I mean, there was a part of me, honestly, that was afraid to catch the ball. I was afraid of success. I was afraid to catch the ball because I was afraid I wouldn't know what to do then, and that I would then get the next step wrong. So at least if I miss the ball and fuck it up completely, I'm kind of off the hook. Yeah, they all hate me now and they think I suck, which I guess maybe I did, but like, at least I'm free. I can go back to not paying attention and be the shitty outfielder who is unreliable. But if I catch the ball, now I'm on the hook to do the next step right that comes after that step. And that might be making a quick mental choice, making a quick decision as to which base to throw the ball to. And then the next step is throwing it. I might mess that up. There's all this anxiety around it. So anyway, I'm out there in the outfield one time at baseball camp. Fly ball is coming at me. I caught the ball, okay? Miracle, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe not. But I catch the ball, and the coach from what seemed like 7 miles away, with his booming adult man voice, yells across the way. He goes, "Hey, Mashburn." And I was like, "Yeah?" He's like, or I don't know if I was an outfielder or if I was the second baseman. I was one of those guys who stands way out there in the far bases and is supposed to like guard a base or catch the ball, whatever you call it. He goes, "Mashburn, which," and the whole field goes silent. Everyone's listening. Everyone's waiting for what's going to happen with this exchange. And he yells in his boom, "Hey, Mashburn, which base does the second baseman guard?" And the whole game stopped. Everyone's looking, staring at me for an answer. And I was like, there was so much pressure. And I was like, I'm thinking in my mind in that moment, I'm thinking, the answer can't be too obvious because he wouldn't make such a production out of asking me a question that had a really easy answer. There's no way. It has to be a trick question, right? So, because the obvious answer is second base, right? Like, hey, which base does the second baseman guard? He guards second base. But in my mind, I'm like, there's no way it's that easy. Of course I thought of that. Like, duh. I'm not an idiot. I thought of second base, but I was like, don't say that. That can't be the answer. It's too simple. So I yell out. There was a, pregnant pause. And, Mashburn, which base does the second baseman guard? Pause. And then I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay, I have to commit to an answer. And I go, third base. Whole field of kids erupts into laughter.
Yeah.
So humiliating.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh man. Be- I never understand how some people, especially adults and even parents, who get really into kids' sports. Okay, I understand if they're teenagers, because that's when they're a little bit more well formed, taking sport a little more seriously. But kids, like if your kid is below 10 and they're having a soccer game, baseball game, I don't understand parents who are on the sidelines pretending that they're they're fucking coaching the Super Bowl
I know.
and like
Seriously.
shouting things across the field. Like I was this. I live. I live in a. I'm lucky to live in a nice neighborhood, family neighborhood, because I have a young daughter, and we have a soccer field by our house, which is really nice. It hosts soccer games for clubs for teenagers as well as like tots, like 3 4 year olds. So like we walk by it to go to this trail to go hiking, which is great. And sometimes we're walking by and there's like a soccer game where like there's the kids are like 5 to 6 and they're playing, and the parents are and the coaches too, yeah, on the sideline just shouting, being like, "Kick the ball, pass it, man!"
I
One
know.
time,
Like
what
it's
was
so
happening?
important.
I know, and this kid was, I think there were like 3 people shouting at him, and he was just like going around in circles, like like when a fly is trying to like get out of your house, but just and you have the window open, but it just can't get out of the window. This kid is he's just like flailing. He's trying his best, but there's like 3 people shouting at him, three
Oh
grown
my
people
god.
shouting at him, and I'm just like, I feel so bad. I'm like, why?
Oh, the
Why are you
poor
doing that to
kid.
this kid? Let him enjoy the game. Let him just have fun with it. Like,
Oh, oh my
oh my
gosh.
god, it sounds like I'm
Yeah,
so sorry you had to deal with
God
that shit.
forbid you allow your 7-year-old to be a child.
No, like, listen, buddy, there isn't a scout from fucking Manchester United in the stands looking like scouting your kid. No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
happening.
yeah. Hey, newsflash, pops. Uh, your kid, there's about a 0.0000001% chance that he has what it takes to become a professional athlete. So chill out. Let him be a 7-year-old. Let him enjoy that shit, and just back off. Just
Yeah,
relax. Eat your hot
yeah,
dog. Chill out.
yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, relax, relax.
Yeah,
have your coffee, put your arms around your wife,
yeah,
enjoy the fact that your kid is well enough to be out there running on his two
yeah.
legs, playing the game and
Yeah, this is
having
not
a
going to
good
be your
childhood.
child's this is not going to be your child's future. This is not going to be your child's vocation in life. And you know what? If it is, that's going to have to be something he decides and commits to. You're not going to be able to do it for him. He's got to want it real bad. So, all your shouts and screams, they're just
They don't.
distracting you from eating your hot dog. They don't mean anything. You're not helping him. Just give it up. Just relax.
You can just
Yeah,
you
let
can
your kid
just
figure out who he is.
you can tell that there are people who just take it way too seriously.
Oh,
Like there are
they're
coaches,
projecting. It's vicarious.
yeah, they're
They're living
projecting.
vicariously through their child, and it's
Right,
really unfair
right,
and stupid.
right. Yeah, yeah. And they're like on the sidelines. They dress up like they would, if they were coaching like a professional team, and shouting things like, 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 blue 27, blue
Yeah,
27. The kids
yeah.
are just like, what are you doing?
Third
What is
base.
this? What?
Yeah, Jimmy. Third base. Take it to third, or whatever the fuck those
Oh
people
man,
say.
look. I mean, look. This
Sports.
is, yeah, sports.
I
Like I
hate
know people
sports.
get
I don't give a
really
shit
serious
about
about it.
sports.
Yeah,
It feels good to say that.
In fact, like there are, I'm sure this is in the US too, but in Canada, like when you go, people are generally very tame here. But when it comes to sports, I see like the passion come out. I mean, sports brings it out of people. For some
So
reason, it
true.
does. Like it just does.
Yeah.
You would not even be that into sports, but if your kid is in a sports team, suddenly you're all about it.
Yeah.
And
The
there
fate
are
of the world
signs.
rests on the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, exactly. Like everything, that promotion you've been chasing rests on your kid scoring a goal for some reason. And it's like, there are signs and that say like, please be respectful. and I please don't yell at the coaches. And
The
I and
fact
I
that they
just
need those signs.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Bunch of
the fact that
bunch of
somebody was like,
baboons.
some coach was like, can we please have a sign?
It's like, what is this, a zoo?
It's like, what are you, like, don't throw peanuts at the elephant. Like, do you need a
Yeah.
sign for
It's
this
like our
shit?
audience. It's like our paid audience where are they, by the way?
Oh, hold on.
I
Yo,
miss them a little
God,
sometimes.
I know,
I lo-
where are they?
they're such a shitty.
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes. That was a
Oh.
joke, guys. We were talking about something funny. There we go.
I love when they laugh. Makes me feel so good. Even though I know they're paid, it still makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I could snap your sternum with one blow of my
What the?
forehead to your
Hold on.
chest. I could raise my head up and loosen your teeth, knock you down, grab you by the lip, pull you up, and tell you I'll be right back.
Right, and that's exactly the way that coach used to talk to me at baseball camp.
That's the kind of guy
That
that you
was
see at
motivational
that.
talk. That was to teach me to be a man. Teach me about life. Oh God. I'm so glad
Yeah.
those days are over. Actually, I just felt a little small wave of happiness go over me as I thought of how I'm so happy those days are behind me. That's
Yeah,
a good
yeah. You won't
feeling.
have to ever deal with that again, Matt. That'll help you sleep
Thank
at
you.
night.
It
You will
feels
never
really
have to
good to hear
deal
you
with
say
such
that.
stupid things again. Yeah, those don't have to deal with that anxiety factory anymore.
Yeah. By the way, I had how are we where are we on time? What
I,
time
I
did
was
we
gonna say, yeah, if you
Yeah.
could, I think we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes, so it's a
Oh,
good
perfect. Oh,
spot to
yes.
stop.
Okay. All right. And I will split
Okay.
this into 2 episodes and that will, I think, work great.
Yeah.
So,
Let's.
to bring it out on a positive note, and this will not turn into a 30-minute escapade as it often does.
Let me play some music for you. Take us out.
Ah,
We're about to sign off right
beautiful.
after these messages from Matthew Mashburn.
Thank you folks for hanging in there with our show. We're back again and we're going to be signing off here, but we want to leave you with a positive message. What's a positive message we can send their way, Karan? What's something we could say
Hmm.
to the kind people who support our enterprise?
What's a positive message that we can send them?
Something to make them
Uh,
feel good after all that Joseph Fritzl shit.
yeah, I know. Well, I guess what we can say is we all have our own drama, all kinds of things happening in our own lives, but yeah, take a moment and be grateful that you're here at all, I guess, and that you're listening to us at this very moment. Whatever you have, that's something.
Be happy also that the bad parts of your life already happened and they're over.
Yeah,
Don't
I
have
guess.
don't worry about those. Don't have regrets about them. Don't overthink them. Just be
Yeah,
happy. Be happy it's behind you. And you got
yeah,
your whole, you got your whole future ahead and you have the present and you can leave that stuff behind. Take whatever you want from it, but leave it behind and just like I do with baseball camp. I
yeah,
hated
yeah.
baseball camp, but it's
Uh,
behind
we
me.
all we all
And I
have
love my
those.
mom.
Yeah, yeah.
I still love
That's
my mom.
nice.
She's
That's
a
nice.
great mom.
She
She's
is.
great. She meant the best. She didn't mean for it to be horrible for me.
No.
She thought I would learn some really important lessons from it. I don't know if I did or not. I might not have. I don't know. Who's to say? But she's a great
Yeah.
mom and always will be. I love you,
Right.
mom.
That's
Love you. I
nice.
love my mom.
That's a good thing. That's a good note to sign
Yeah.
off on, I'd say.
I almost got a tiny bit emotional when I said that because when I went to say it, I was going to say it almost like it was a joke, but then when I said it, it sank in
Yeah.
that it was really real, and I do. I love my mom, and you know, none of our parents are perfect, but like I heard someone
Nah.
saying recently something about how there's a lot of grace in like letting go of bitterness, and
Hmm.
in there's a lot of like peace and a lot of it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have boundaries. You should, but you should distance yourself from any toxic people, but like it's like all people, including you and me, anyone in your life, all people mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
And you can make it a big story about who they are and why you fucking hate them, or you can like accept like, hey, a person is never going to be exactly what in my head I think they're supposed to be, and it's not really fair for me to like try to
Yeah.
make them that.
Yeah.
It's not really fair,
That's right.
you
No,
know.
it's not.
It's
You
not,
know,
and because maybe it's not who they are, and
no.
maybe that's okay. Like maybe you can find a way to just let that be okay in your soul,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
It's true, and as Matt said, like, yeah, there are terrible people out there, and
yeah.
there are,
Joseph
not everyone
Fritzl.
has the best intentions, but I think most people are just trying their best. Yeah, Joseph.
Joseph
Yeah,
Fritzl's not trying his
he's
best.
not, no, he's not trying. Well, he was trying his best, and
Well,
something horrible.
it certainly
But
was.
most people are trying their best to, get by
To be
and
okay and to do
to be
decent
okay
and to
and
just
have a
be a
good
decent
life.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is.
So
It's a good thing.
God
It is.
bless, and
Yeah.
I guess wish them the best in that sense. Yeah.
Also, I want to say something to you, Karan. I'm sorry that I interrupt a lot because I do.
No, I
Yeah.
feel like I do
I'm
that. I
sorry.
mean, it's okay.
I'm
It's
not proud
fine.
of it.
We have we this we have. I apologize to people all the time too, because yeah, I feel I interrupt them. But with you, I feel like we have a mutual understanding of interruption. Yeah, we have like the Back to Versailles or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but there's an understanding there which I don't feel
Who's the
like needs to
German?
be spoken about. Yeah.
Who's the Brit and who's the German?
Who's the Britain?
I don't think I don't want to be the I don't want to be the German. Not in that context.
There are a context.
If it's
All
making
right, folks.
bratwurst, yeah. If it's
Yeah.
making beer, I want to be the German, but I don't want to be the German at the
Yeah, it
Treaty of
depends on the
Versailles.
context. Oh
Well,
my
hey, I guess
goodness.
that's the beautiful thing about friendship, isn't it, man? That like,
Yeah.
I guess what friendship really is about. You know what it is? It's about finding somebody who can kind of just like tolerate your bullshit because because they
Yeah.
just find you that
Yes.
fun and that
Yeah.
amusing and that interesting, and you kind of make a mutual pact to just like
Like
be like
accept the
to
yeah.
accept, yeah, to
Yes.
accept some of their bullshit. Yeah, maybe not all of it, and maybe yeah, there are times when maybe you kind of step in and you're like, okay, I gotta say something because I can't take any more of X, whatever it is.
I guess every person comes with their terms and conditions that you accept
Yeah,
or reject. Like,
right. There is an
yeah.
element of Treaty of Versailles to any friendship, but don't completely fuck them the way we did the Germans because then they might turn into Hitler. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, don't be have some kindness in your heart, have some forgiveness, have some grace, and I guess that is like a crazy thing about adulthood is like just that realization of like nobody's perfect and neither am I, and if I want to have any friends that last, I have to be able to like put aside that kind of whatever that is, ego, whatever it is, judgment. Again, you need healthy boundaries. You don't want to be friends with Jeffrey Dahmer. Don't do that. Just don't do that. There's no Treaty of Versailles that makes that okay. You're not going to have a sit down conversation with that motherfucker, with anyone like that, and make it right. It'll never be right. Never.
No.
But most friends, you can focus on the good, and you can have a little grace, and you can remember that you're also flawed, and I'm flawed, and we're all flawed. And we're kind of, I think that, I have my bad days where I feel like humanity is a steaming pile of shit. I'm not going to lie. I have those. But I also have to bring it back down to earth and remember, you know what? Have some humility and have some understanding, because I think that most people, I like to think that most people are kind of trying to do their best.
Yeah.
And even if their best isn't good enough for you sometimes, there are probably other things you do that aren't good enough for them. So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have some grace.
It's absolutely right. Yeah. It's a good
That's pretty
axiom.
positive, I guess.
Yeah. And a good philosophy to keep in mind. Have some grace.
Yeah.
And
I guess that's a positive place to end.
on
I
that
do have a
topic,
lot
yeah,
more
we will
things.
end. And we have a lot more episodes to talk about.
There you go. Thank you.
This is going to keep going, and then we'll be like, "You want to do
Right.
another for
You're
half
so
an hour?"
right. This is what this is what a good friend does, people listening. A good friend, he will help you sometimes to reflect a little bit on yourself and to reel it in just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
We
you both grow.
We all need that border collie in our life to nip us back into place.
Yes, a border collie. Oh, my dad is a border collie.
Rough. Signing off. Just kidding. Okay.
Rough,
See you all next time.
Okay, rough. Signing off.
Bye.
Love you guys.